Hey, Russell Hotels going live just for that show. You know, it's Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Well, actually, it was 1:02. Damn. Okay, hey, it's on air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about. It's show number 279 today. I got a couple of topics to go over. It's going to be fun. And it's going to be short. It's not going to be, an hour. Well, I give myself an hour now, but I think it's going to be less than an hour because I don't, I got rid of some slides. I got rid of some stuff. And I'm like, you know, I don't need that. I don't need some of the fluff. So I got rid of that stuff just to kind of streamline things. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope your Thanksgiving was good. Today is Tuesday, December 3rd. So happy December, right? So Christmas right around the corner, all that stuff. Holidays, just went out of one holiday in a couple of weeks. We'll be in another one and then another one after that. So it'll be the new year, right? So I'm getting ready for the new year, just like everyone else, and just in case you weren't getting ready or didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, I'm getting ready, and getting ready for me it means as far as business is concerned, am I going to go into 25 doing the same things I was doing in 24? Am I going to spend more money, less money? Kind of redoing some issues that I've been having, or maybe reallocating some money here and there, instead of spending it here, spending it over there, that kind of stuff, as any business owner would go through, I guess. So anyway, that's it. I'm rambling. This is the this is the podcast, but this is the monologue. So this gives me time to kind of make sure I'm live on the platforms I'm supposed to be live on. And right now, it's only live on LinkedIn and YouTube. So if you don't subscribe to my channel, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that button, bing, the subscribe button. Hit that button, bing, and it'll say, it'll let you know. It'll notify you when Russell is going live, when I'm going live. So you'll know and you don't have to guess and like, oh my God, it's Tuesday already? Oh my God, it's time for Russell of Hotels. So anyway, like I said, this is the monologue. So I'll go through this just to make sure we are live on YouTube and LinkedIn. Like I just said, Facebook, the replay will be on Facebook as well as YouTube and LinkedIn and maybe even some other platforms. So those are the three main platforms, okay? So let me get started. Let me queue up everything. I do have a topic today. It's going to be cool. It's going to be good. The comment section is open, so feel free to make your comments. If you're on LinkedIn, if you're on YouTube, make your comments. I should be able to see them. So if not, I'll see them after the show's over. Then I'll answer them then, okay? So that is it. So I'm going to put you on hold for a second, and then we'll be right back for the show. It's show, did I tell you it's show number 279? I believe so. So there you go. So I'm gonna hit a couple buttons and we're gonna go from there. So put you on hold, hit this button, and there we go.
Welcome to On Air with Russell Hotels, where we talk about everything hospitality, from hotels to influencers and everything in between. We will feature guest interviews with hospitality professionals who will share their experiences. Your host, Russell Edmond, has spent over 25 years in the hospitality industry, beginning his career with Marriott International Hotel Operations before moving into the sales arena and becoming a relationship building director of sales and marketing. Russell then went to the other side as a hospitality entrepreneur. He now consults in the hotel and meeting space, which includes being the CEO of Russell of Hotels Group. Did I mention he was a veggie foodie? Yes. Russell is always looking for good non-meat eating. Please welcome your host, Russell Edmond.
Hey, once again, Russell of Hotels, thank you so much for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about. Today is show number 279, and it is Tuesday, December 3rd. Today, I'm showcasing multiple hotels today. Normally, I limit it to one, but because we're getting towards the end of the year, I said, you know what? Let me just do like several, a collage of them, right? So I'm just gonna several different hotels that I'm showcasing today, and you'll see the names because I put the names. Make sure you know exactly where this is, and it's going to be their lobbies. For the most part, I think there's their lobbies or maybe some lounge areas and things like that. So no beds, nothing like that, but you'll definitely know that the name of the hotel. So as you can see, as you would go through these, and I probably have, I don't know, 5 or 6 different ones. All lobbies are different, right? No two lobbies are alike, depending on branding and if one's been renovated recently, you'll see some of them going to like the a communal space or just space, different color schemes and different shaped couches and tables that you can move around, just like you can see here at the Westin LAX. Those tables are kind of round ones right there. Those are movable. They can move those because a lot of people want to be able to set up their laptops and all that kind of stuff, right? And those are movable. So you can move it from one end to the other end if that's what you so desire. Excuse me. But yeah, so I do that all the time, right? So I go to hotels and I move stuff around. I move it back when I leave, right? When I'm done with it, I'll put it back. But yeah, people move that stuff around, and that's why they purposely put that type of furniture there, or at least the tables where you can move them. They're easily movable, and that's a good thing, right? Because hotels want you to be comfortable. First of all, they want you to come to the hotel. They may never advertise it. We want you to come hang out at the lobby, but it's created for that type of environment, a communal space. They want people to commune together, come together, network, come with their ideas, and they want you to post about it. Like, okay, I was at the Westin LAX. This is my group right here. These are people that I met. This is this. We did this. We collaborated here. All that kind of stuff. Hotels want that. Okay, so if they tell you that they don't, why do they give you free Wi-Fi then? Why do they give you free Wi-Fi in the lobby if they don't want you to do it? So anyway, if they don't want you to be there. So there you go. So I know that for a fact because Russell of Hotels offices out of many hotel lobbies. And this is what I think all of these that I'll show you, of course, I office out of there and I use their Wi-Fi. So I know for a fact, I don't care what brand it is, they got some free Wi-Fi. And sometimes you have to ask for it, but they'll give you the code. Just go to the front desk. Hey, what is your Wi-Fi code or whatever password? Oh, it's, Westin LAX. Oh, really? That's it? Yeah, Westin LAX. That's it. So there you go. So I just gave it out. So if you're ever at the Westin LAX, just go Westin LAX for the Wi-Fi password. You got it. No, I don't even know. I'm just joking. It probably is, but I just made that up. Okay. So anyway, this show 279. Okay. You know what? I was listening, every now and then I do listen to other podcasts, right? Especially hospitality podcasts. Not that I'm trying to, get what's going on over there. What are they talking about? Maybe I'll steal their ideas. No, not for that, but just to listen to what some of the topics are. And just today I was listening to one. I didn't get to listen to its entirety, but I saw the topic and I just went in maybe about 10 minutes into it. And the topic was alcohol in events. Too much or just right? Meaning, because we go to a lot of events, or I go to a lot of events, right? And alcohol is always there. You know what I mean? I've never been to an event, hotel, like meeting, whatever events that we go to, conferences, conventions, whatever. I've never gone to an event where there was no alcohol. Okay. And, but you never think about it. I'm like, okay, I'll get a beer here or whatever. What's the drink of the day? Or maybe it's a regional kind of drink or whatever. And I always want to taste something and, just to taste it or whatever. But, it's just one of those conversations just make you think. Like, I just remember back in the day when I first started in hotels with Marriott years ago, they would have these training meetings and at the end, they would have like a big party, right? So we're doing training, and then maybe it'd be a 3-day training. And on the third night, you'll be leaving the next day. The third night, they would have like a reception, dinner, and they would have drinks, right? And they have music and all that kind of stuff. And I think they did it on purpose just to see how people handle their liquor, if they can or not, right? So I always go back to, you always go back to your experiences, right? And one thing that it taught me that, I mean, it's fine for me. It's fine that there's liquor and alcohol there, right? Because I know my limits, and I know exactly what my limit. Well, I know what my limit is, right? Two drink maximum. Okay, that's it for me, right? So I may taste things, but drinking something in its entirety, two max, and I'm done, and I'm good, right? So, but that started back then, right? Because I remember people were just getting loose, they just going crazy, and and we're all young, right? We're all in our early 20s or whatever, or maybe our first jobs. It could have been our first time away from home, it's or living on our own or whatever, and you'll see how people are, right? And I guarantee you, there's somebody behind that was like with a notepad, like, oh, look at him. Where does she work at? Because the next day after, everybody had left and got back to their respected hotels, you started hearing things, and back then you didn't have email, you had in messages, right? So internal messages, just like email, but it was only for the company. There was no world wide web that you can send it to, right? It was just within internal company. You can send it to specific people. And I remember a couple people got, terminated because they were out doing the most. They were drinking and whatever, having obviously too much of a good time, right? So, I just remember that. And to this day, I still do the same thing. So I'm talking 25, 30 years, right? When I adopted this, two drink maximum, that's it. If it's two beers, if it's a, wine and a beer, if it's a whatever, a mixed cocktail, mixed libation and a beer, okay, that's it. It doesn't matter what it is, it's two maximum. That's it for me. And I just sit back and watch because I don't, I just sit back and watch. I'd rather eat, you know what I mean? So I have issues when there ain't no non-meat eats for me, okay? That's my thing now, right? And I'm going to eat as much as I can. I'm going to consume as much. I'll tell you this right now. If there's non-meat eats there, I'm going to consume as much as I can, okay? So if they're going to talk about me, they're going to say, if they're going to pull me aside, they're going to say, hey, you know what? We noticed you've been eating a lot of that imitation sausage, fake sausage, fake beef. I understand you've been eating a lot of fake beef. Okay, that's not good. That's not kosher, dude. And you may want to watch that moving forward. Going into some of these other meetings, right? Don't eat too much because people are talking. You know what I mean? So if they're gonna get me for anything, it's gonna be that. It's not gonna be because I was there, throwing them back. You know what I mean? Because that's just not me. But anyway, I'm gonna listen to it in its entirety, and I'll bring it back. Maybe not next week. Maybe during the week, when I do my daily check-in with Russell of Hotels, which is the thing I do Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So, but I want to listen to this because I know it's interesting. And who put it on? It was put on by The Meeting Room. Okay, it's a podcast called The Meeting Room, and I think I think it's North Star. I think North Star is the one that runs that, if I'm not mistaken. But I can just tell you this: the podcast name is called The Meeting Room. Okay, so I'm gonna check it out and see exactly what they're saying. But what do you think about that? I mean, a question to you. There's a lot of us, especially salespeople, we go to a lot of events and there's always alcohol there. Do we think it's too much? Not enough? Just enough? Or you never even thought about it? Whatever, that's fine. Just make a comment. I appreciate that. I mean, you have to make a comment now whenever you want to make a comment, because I'm just interested to see what that is. Because years ago, when I first started doing the podcast, I made mention to that fact, right? That, we need to watch our consumption because someone is watching you. If you're a business owner, I can't be out there doing that. Okay. I can't be out there just, throwing them back and can't handle my liquor, right? And now I'm getting loud and belligerent. That's not a good thing. It's not a good look. Okay. So you got to think about your brand, your personal brand. Leading into that, I just mentioned personal brand. That's going to be the topic for today. Okay. How to enhance your personal brand. So there you go. Anyway. Man, I'm getting choked up. So once again, these are hotels that just their lobbies. And some of them, I think most of them are in my backyard, meaning they're in the Southern California or greater LA area. This is the Carson Doubletree. This is their lobby. I actually used to be the director of sales and marketing here at one time, right? So this is what their lobby looks like. You see that table right there? Let's see, where is it? right up here. That's like a communal table, right? They want people to sit there and work and network and get together and share ideas and all that kind of stuff. Maybe, people with the same company or maybe just individual people. But yeah, that's what they want. They look for that. And that's a Hilton. The DoubleTree is a Hilton product. So, and that's like I said, that's in Carson, which is, I'll say from LAX, about 30 minutes from LAX. I'll just say that. Off the 405 freeway. This is the W Hollywood. I was interested in their design. I mean, this is the W. W is always kind of, swanky, if you will, swanky, with their color schemes and stuff like that, kind of out there sometimes. And, who would have thought green would, be in? But yeah, green works in that lobby, right? So, hey, there you go. So that's the W in Hollywood. And then of course we get to the blog. So right here, this is the Courtyard Marriott Pasadena in Old Town. Let me just move it up so you can see that. I try to make sure I place these things and make sure the font color is where you can see it. It's legible and you can read it. And I couldn't even read that. It was down so you couldn't see it. So this is the blog. Okay, real quick, my blog is, I haven't, I assume it's updated. No, it's updated. So go to russellofhotels.com and you can't even see that, right? Let me change that. Let me change that font. Oh my goodness, what did I do? I did something. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do it. I'm just changing the font color just so you can see it's a little lighter. Boom, there you go. Okay, so go to russellofhotels.com, go to the blog, drop down, hit that button, bing, and then every topic that I go through, that I talk about, will be there, so you don't necessarily have to make notes or anything like that. Just go to the blog. It's not there yet. The topic for today is not there. It will be there after this, but you don't have to take notes. So, but that's what the blog is for. Just information. It can be photos. It can be, non-meat eats. It can be anything that I deal with or anything in the name of hospitality. And food is in the name of hospitality. So I'm all about the non-meat eats, and I'll mention that and maybe some of the things that I either prepare or I eat. I go to restaurants and try. I told my brother was in town a couple of weeks ago. We went to this vegan sushi place. It's in Long Beach. It's called Vegan Castle. So if you're in the Long Beach area or maybe you're in the LA area and you're just driving through, it's called Vegan Castle. Okay, a little small hole in the wall spot, but the sushi is fire. Okay, and it's all vegan. All vegan, no meat, no fit, nothing. But the way they do it is just so creative. I mean, I like a tuna roll. Tuna roll is my favorite thing, and that was the thing that I missed the most. When I found out about this, I look at their menu, and it says tuna roll. You get there, and it's spicy tuna. It looks just like spicy tuna, the same texture, and it's some type of vegetable that they've sliced and diced and made into look like tuna. Right? They put some spicy sauce on it or whatever, over some rice, mashed together, cut, boom, done. And it's delish. So check that out. So I took him there and I said, and he loved it. And I said, the next time you come, I'll take you to Mr. Charlie's. Mr. Charlie's, right? Somebody out there is laughing like, Russell, really? So Mr. Charlie's is a knockoff of McDonald's, okay? But it's vegan. 100% vegan, okay? Vegan burgers, like you get how you, like kids go to McDonald's, they order a Happy Meal. Well, you go to Mr. Charlie's and you get a Frowny Meal, okay? Frowny, and the little face on it is like frown, like a yellow, whatever, smiley. Well, normally it's a smiley face, but it's a frowny face. And you get a double burger. You get the regular burger that they serve at McDonald's. I don't know if they do the Big Mac, like a knockoff of a Big Mac, but definitely a knockoff of a quarter pounder and a double cheeseburger. The fries are spot on McDonald's fries, but they are vegan. Okay, so for people that don't know, McDonald's French fries, the regular McDonald's, the French fries are not vegan. Okay, they have some type of beef flavored salt that they use. Okay, who knew that they do, right? Of course I do my research. But they have everything else spot on like McDonald's. It smells like McDonald's when you walk in there. I guarantee you. It's in almost to Hollywood, but it's kind of mid-city LA. It's on La Brea La Brea. If you know where like what is the hot dog stand over there? God, what is the famous hot dog stand in L.A.? I can't think of it. It's on La Brea as well. It's not too far from that, so you'll get that. So if you're going, say, from the 10 freeway, you're going north. You cross over 3rd Street. I want to say it's around 6. I think it's around 6th Street, if I'm not mistaken. So it's before you get to the hot dog spot in McDonald's. What the heck is the name of? I was going to say Carney's, but that's not it. Gosh, I can't think of it. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about, right? But anyway, so I don't know why I talked about that. I'm just talking about food today. I don't know why, but yeah, Mr. Charlie. So two vegan places to try if you're in LA, right? And you want to try different food. Vegan Castle, which is a vegan sushi spot, and Mr. Charlie's, aka Mr. Charlie's, and that's in LA, and that's like mid-city-ish, about, I want to say La Brea and 6, north of the 10 freeway. And once again, the blog, if you want information there, you know, how I got here, what I'm doing, whatever, all that stuff is there. Any topic, it's there, okay? So real quick, I've been mentioning this the last several times I do this show. LinkedIn, you know, the podcast I did with Miss Policy, it's still there. It's going to be there. I'm going to put up the entire conversation tomorrow. Okay. I've been giving little snippets because Policy gave me snippets, right? I'm like, this is dope, Policy. Thanks for the snippets. So I'm going to actually do the one in its entirety because I think I've exhausted my snippets. So let me just change the color on here as well. So I'm going to show that in its entirety tomorrow. So just check it out here on LinkedIn or YouTube. That will be there. So thank you again, Miss Policy. It was fun. We got to do it again. So today's topic is, I changed my shirt, right? So I always do this. I always do my prep without what I'm going to be wearing, right? So sometimes the font color is off, and that's why I'm changing the font color. And this right here is the, what is this name of this hotel? The Windsor Court in NOLA, New Orleans. Okay, so real quick, let's get to this. Okay, the topic for today, 5 key points hotels and DMO salespeople can use to build their personal brands. You know, everybody wants to build this personal brand. They always want to do this. Oh, well, this is my personal brand. I can't do that. That tarnishes my personal brand. You know, okay. Enough of that, right? So what do you do, or what do I do? These are some of the things that I do, right? So there you go. I mean, we all got to start somewhere. That's the thing. Start wherever you are. Don't try to like, oh, well, he's here and he's been doing this. And don't worry about anyone else, right? Start where you are. So if you've never done this before, just adopt it and keep moving. It's all about consistency because so many people start things and they stop. You know, then they wonder why they don't get the results. You know, well, everybody else so-and-so is getting these results and I'm not. Well, first of all, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Worry about you and worry about your journey to wherever you want to go, right? And just because it's on social media don't mean it's true either. Let's just throw that out there. But I guarantee you the people that have they're so-called successful on, you know, whatever social media is because they worked it. Okay. Some people found something and they worked it to death, and they worked it so much that now they're reaping the rewards of that. Okay. So, but everyone started off somewhere. Everyone didn't start off with 1 million followers. Okay. They start off with a few and they worked their way up. Now these days it is harder to grow, you know, your follower base to, you know, these million, whatever, because they make it harder for you to do that. Right. And now things actually cost money to do. So, but if you put out good content and you're being consistent, people will see it. Okay. So that's the key. Just continue to do it. And it'll work. Right. So, okay. So they're in real small letters here, but don't worry about it. I'll make sure this is on the my blog. Okay. So once again, 5 key points, hotel and DMO. DMO stands for Destination Marketing Organizations, or CVB. Those terms are interchangeable. I was going to say entertainable. No, they're interchangeable. So 5 key points hotel and DMO salespeople can use to build their personal brand. Number 1, be active and consistent on LinkedIn. We just gave a shout out to, did we just give a shout out to LinkedIn? Hey, LinkedIn, what's up? Yeah, shout out to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the go to platform for professionals in hospitality, regularly sharing industry insights, success stories, and updates about your property or destination. Those are things you should do. Example, post your role in securing a major event or share tips for planning group travel to your location. Yeah, whatever your role is, if you're a salesperson, whatever, let us know what your role is. Like I handle government. I just had this big. You don't have to name the group. I just got this signed contract we're gonna do. We're gonna sell out our hotel for the next 5 days. This government group, boom. Now people know they associate you with government groups, right? They're like, oh, if I need a government group. Do you remember that so and so had a government group at their hotel? Where was that hotel again? It was the Sheraton. Okay, boom, there you go. This is how that works, right? So just make sure you let people know what you're doing. It's okay. It's okay to let people know. It's okay to brag about yourself too. As salespeople, why do we get into sales? So we can talk about ourselves, right? Or talk about our property, right? To be out there, right? Isn't that how we or why we got into sales in the first place? That's what I'm thinking, right? I'm trying to think, why did I get into sales? I like to talk, right? I wanted to represent a hotel. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to, all the stuff that I had learned, I wanted to put that and mix that with selling. Okay, I amassed all this experience working at the front desk, housekeeping, doing some food and beverage, being an AGM, all that stuff. I wanted to put that together and go into sales and let people know, hey, I've arrived. This is what I do, right? And this is my hotel, and I'm gonna show the hell off this hotel. I'm gonna show it all off, right? So you can see it and you understand what I do, my role in this stuff. I mean, that's what it's all about. So we have to make sure people know about it. It's okay to let people know. I don't understand why we just get so hesitant. Some people do, not all people. Some people do. So, okay, okay, I talked about that. Number two is create valuable content. Write blogs, post short videos, or share tips that position you as a thought leader in the industry. A thought leader, okay? You use your nugget. Use hashtags like hospitality insights and travel tips to increase reach. Okay, hashtag travel tips, hashtag hospitality insights. You want people to be able to find it, right? Example, share a video tour of your property or highlight lesser known attractions in your destination to engage your audience. So if there's like, let's see, if there's, I don't know, a winery that people didn't know that's in your area, right? Like downtown, there's a winery downtown LA. A lot of people don't even know that, right? I can't think of the name of it, but we get wine from there all the time. What's the name of it? Wine place downtown LA? I can't think of the name. San Antonio Winery is one is located downtown LA. You can get wine there. You can get, whatever, cheese, whatever. You can get all that stuff there. Well, a lot of people don't know that. If you're a hotel that's next to that, let people know about it. I would have videos going to this winery. They got a tasting room, tasting, sampling, pairing this wine with that, give examples of what people can pair this wine with. Next thing you know, there, people are like, hey, I understand there's a winery here, and how do I get there? That kind of stuff, asking for more directions to get there or whatever. So that's how stuff starts. That's how buzzes get created, right? There's other ways to get buzzes, but you want to create a buzz. I didn't say you want to get buzz. I said you want to create a buzz. Okay, that's different, right? So let's keep it focused here. So yeah, so those are things that you can do, create valuable content and put that on every social media platform, right? But if you only deal with LinkedIn, that's fine. Put it on LinkedIn. But what if you're on IG? What if you're on Facebook? Because you're going to get different audiences if you're on different platforms. What if you're on TikTok? It doesn't have to be a silly video to put it on TikTok. There's a lot of serious companies that post things that have profiles on TikTok. So don't look at TikTok. Oh, just silly people on there just acting stupid. They're doing dances. Okay, but that's getting people to watch it. Okay, I'm not saying you got to go out there and dance and show off whatever you got. I'm saying that people will find it if you post it. If you post it, they will come. Okay, so make sure you post it, but you got to be consistent. You just can't post things one time. You got to continuously post it. Then they'll come, okay? Number 3, leverage social media to showcase expertise. Use platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to connect with a broader audience. Showcase your involvement in events, unique offerings, or behind-the-scenes moments. Example, post a photo of you at a trade show or share a testimonial from a satisfied client to build credibility. Yeah, let's just say, when's the best time to have a client say something about, your group? When they're still on property, when they're still basking in the glow of, oh, this is a great event. Oh, this hotel did wonderful. Get them to say, hey, can I get a testimony, a video testimonial? Those go so much further than, going through some book. Oh, this is our brag book. Oh, look at this is what they said about us back in 1985. You ever seen those books? You ever go to the catering office and they have this big dusty book? It's about this thick, right? And it has all these comments or whatever. No one's looking at that anymore. Okay, big dusty book, right? They're like, look at the comments. You look at it, it says 1985. I've seen those to this day. Like, this is, 2024 and I've been in catering offices. I'm like, why is this still here? Get rid of that. Shoot, I don't know what you should replace it with, but not that, right? So make sure things have to be digital. Things have to be in video form. Still pictures are good, but video is king, okay? Video is what people want to see. They want to see more interaction. So if you have, a client that you're next to, oh, this is, Jill Smith here from XYZ company. Oh my God, we had a great time at the XYZ hotel, and Russell, he was our sales manager. He did a great job. And then also, Joe in catering and the chef, oh, he was magnificent. He made this, he made that. And, the general manager came by and she was just so great. And she always checked on us every day. Whatever those things are, this is unsolicited. I mean, you're going to ask her to do it or ask him or her to do it. But some of this stuff can just be, it's great to paint the story, right? We're planning this thing. They've been planning this for over a year, and then to see the results of it. So if you can get people to do that, not everyone will do it, okay? Some people are shy about getting in front of the camera. I understand. There's even a lot of hotel salespeople, DMO salespeople that are afraid to do things like this, okay? Like being here and talking about themselves or their property. We need to get over that, okay? So sometimes we got to do some uncomfortable things to build our brand. Okay, let's just say that, because that's what we're talking about, building our personal brand. Sometimes we have to do some things that are uncomfortable. And if that's being in front of a camera, we need to get over that. We need to take baby steps. Videos don't have to be that long. What I do is do like, it can be one video, but it can be, say, 40 seconds long, right? But I'm doing little 2-second spots. Hey, this is Russell of Hotels. Hey, do you know what I do? Boom, cut it off. And come back to the next one. Oh, I do X, Y, and Z, and I'm here in LA today, and boom, cut it off. And then start another one. And then at the end, you say you got 10 little pieces of a story, put them all together. And it makes it easier, breaks things up, where you don't have to continuously go on this long, dissertation about this and that. Because then at that point, you're like, people really going to listen to this, or this sounds stupid, whatever. But if you do like 10 short videos, 2-second videos or whatever, 5-second videos, boom, 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 put them all together, man, it makes it so much easier and it's so much fun to do that. I do that all the time, right? So there's ways to do these things. So once again, leverage social media to showcase your expertise. Use the platforms like IG, Facebook, Twitter, to connect with a broader audience outside of what you would do on LinkedIn, okay? Showcase your involvement in events, unique offerings, or behind the scenes moments. And like I said, a video would be an example would be post a photo of a trade show or share a testimonial, something like that, okay? Number 4, collaborate with industry influencers. I'm an industry influencer, okay? That didn't even sound right for me to even say that, okay? But yeah, collaborate with people that that are in the industry, that maybe they have a podcast. Maybe they're, they come out on a show like this, On Air with Russell of Hotels, and they talk about things, or they invite people to come on, or maybe like a Paula C with Cloudbeds podcast or whatever, or, a Craig Sullivan, you know what I mean? So any of those people, go on their show and talk about their show. I mean, talk about your product or your service or your hotel or yourself or whatever it is, right? Tell the story about how you got started. People love that, okay? That's the start to building your personal brand. Now you got to be consistent with that, and you have to be consistently posting things, on the platforms that we talked about. There's so many platforms you can post on, but we have to do it. We have to take it serious because some people have their own vanity pages that they do, but this would be one strictly for that, because one thing that I don't do is mix business and personal stuff, okay? So for the most part, LinkedIn is 100% business, okay? So you ain't gonna see me, I got the family and I'm doing all, no, because it ain't for that, okay? I got Facebook and Instagram for that, okay? I don't need to use LinkedIn for that. Not even on YouTube. I mean, I try to keep things separate, okay? Separate but equal. No, just separate, okay? I don't mix the business with the personal stuff. I just don't. I just don't. So that's my advice to whoever wants to do stuff like this. Keep things separate, okay? So that way okay, well, on this page, this is all I'm going to do. This is my personal brand, and that's it. Now, there's other stuff on Facebook. Okay, Facebook, I can do all this silly stuff or have family and stuff like that. And that's a good thing, right? Because we all have lives, and people know we have lives, right? So that's how I would do it, at least. Let's see, where am I? Collaborate with industry influencers, partner with influencers or content creators in hospitality and travel to enhance your visibility. So yeah, I consider myself a content creator, right? But I do things that, I showcase hotels, but what a lot of people, they don't seem to understand. Some people do because they do the same things that I do, right? So I actually show hotels, but I'm also bringing people to the hotels for business or with business. I walk in the hotel with some business, right? Or potential to bring business there. So that's the kind of the difference between me and maybe other influencers or content creators. Where I wear two hats. I wear the hat as brand awareness for your property, and I wear a hat of hotel site selection for my clients, right? So I can actually bring business in. In fact, I think maybe next week I'll show you the impact of what groups I brought in, like how many room nights, how much revenue for, not specific hotels. I'm not going to say, for this hotel got this, just what I brought to the industry for 24. Okay. So that way you can see that, okay, well, shoot, Russell's not just doing that. He's actually bringing business in the door for, certain hotels, but it's based on what the client wants. It's not based on what, the business I want to bring to this particular hotel, because it was up to me, everybody would get a chance, right? But no, companies or organizations have specific hotels that they want to do business with because that fits their clientele, their company or their CEO or whatever, whoever attends these meetings. They're looking for certain things for them, right? So my job is just to find it. When they just say, hey, we're going to this destination, can you find a hotel? We need to be near here. We need to be here near there. I'm like, okay, that's my job. I'll do it. But yeah, so I'm gonna give you the impact maybe this week or next week. Partner with influencers or content creators in hospitality and travel to enhance your visibility. A shout out or a joint project can elevate your brand or reach. Example, feature stuff on a podcast like On Air with Russell of Hotels, or co-host a webinar with a trusted influencer. Those are examples of what you can do. And number 5, engage and network authentically. Be your authentic self. Respond to comments, engage in industry discussions, and attend networking events to build genuine connections. Your personal interactions can lead to professional growth and opportunities. Example, share a post thanking attendees for a conference and tag colleagues and partners to strengthen relationships. What a clever idea. Why not do that? By consistently applying these strategies, hotels and DMO salespeople can establish themselves as trusted voices in the hospitality industry while enhancing their property or destination's visibility. That's what you do it for. At the end of the day, it's that brand that you represent, okay? But they're gonna buy you, right? They don't buy the hotel or the destination, because all destinations, well, first of all destinations are not created equal, okay? And all people are not created equal either. So you have to differentiate yourself against your competition all the time, all the time. Just because you're a hotel doesn't mean that you got it over the hotel across the street. Because what's the difference between, and I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, what's the difference between your hotel and the hotel across the street? The difference is the people, okay? You're there, okay? So you're the commodity. That's why people are coming, because you're persuading them to come. However you're doing it, maybe you're nice, you're professional, you take care of business, whatever the case is, that's the reason why they come here. Because most of the time, hotels are equal for the most part. The hotel across the street is the same as the one I'm working in. We all got beds, we all have restaurants, we got meeting space, okay? I mean, just because it's gold, we got gold plated, our boardroom tables are gold plated. Like, okay, that's fine. Does it have windows? No, it doesn't have windows. Okay, well, we need a hotel that has windows. So, look at the differences and speak up to those, market those differences. So if all your meeting space, I got 25,000 square feet of meeting space and all of it has natural lighting, that's a key selling point. Opposed to across the street, they got 50,000 square feet of meeting space, but only half their space has windows. Most of their big space doesn't have windows. Well, believe me, that makes a big difference. So if that's an issue between your hotel and a hotel across the street, and you have the natural lighting and the hotel doesn't, just talk it up. You don't have to say, oh, they don't have natural lighting over there. You make sure when you're doing your dog and pony show, you're showing them around, you make sure you mention that. Oh, we're the only one in the market that has natural lighting. Boom. You don't have to say what hotels don't have it. Just say we're the only ones in the area that have natural lighting. We take great pride in that. We just had XYZ company and 123 company here last week, and they raved about the natural lighting. Boy, if I was on property, be kicking ass and taking names, okay? So anyway, so check it out. If you haven't, if you're just coming on here, make sure you rewind it and listen to this. This was the 5 key points hotel and DMO salespeople can use to build their personal brand. Because I think that's important. Going into 2025, if you haven't built your personal brand, you need to start working on that. Okay, like Ernesto. You guys know Ernesto Alonso that works at the Sheraton. He's a senior salesperson at the Sheraton Universal. I used to work at that hotel, and we used to work together. And just see where he was and where he is now. It's all about him building his personal brand. It's all about him coming around and coming out of that shell and say, you know what? I'm going to start letting people know what I do. I'm going to start letting people know who I am, what I do, and how I can help them. Boom. Those are things. If we can do those things, I think we'll be ahead of the game. And if we're using that and we're using social media to build our personal brands, let us know what we're working on. Let us know who we're meeting with, because people see things and like, okay, I see that he's doing this. I see he's doing that. And I see the property. Oh, the property looks good. Hey, and it's next to Universal Studios. Boom, let's do it. Let's at least go for, a site tour or whatever. Let's at least check it out. Let's at least send him an email or give him a call so we can, get this party started or whatever. So anyway, there you go. And shout out to Ernesto. So thank you, Ernesto. I appreciate what you do. It does not go unnoticed. I notice it, and other people notice it as well. Who's hiring? So I got a couple jobs out there. Who's hiring? So this is the Proper Hotel downtown LA. This is part of the restaurant and kind of I think I'm taking a picture in the lobby area. Lobby's not that big, but a very nice hotel. I think it was built in the 20s as well. The building was. So Very nice boutique-ish hotel downtown LA. Who's hiring? The Hampton Inn in Sherman Oaks, California. Now, Sherman Oaks is in the Valley section, the San Fernando Valley. It's still in LA County. So from downtown LA, I would say 25 minutes, something like that, as the crow flies. What does that mean, as the crow flies? Uh, just remember you have traffic. I'm saying 25 minutes. I guess if you're a crow and you have no traffic, it'll be 25 minutes. But as we drive, it ain't going to be, if there's no traffic, it's 25 minutes. Let's just say that. But yeah, so they're looking for a general manager. Ensemble Hospitality. This is the first time I ever heard of Ensemble. I've heard of some of the hotels they represent, but I never heard of Ensemble Hospitality. So their ownership group, I don't think they're a management company, but their ownership group, so their ownership group, let's just put it like that. And they have several hotels in the area, and they're based out of Long Beach, California. They're looking for a corporate director of luxury leisure sales. I like that, huh? Luxury leisure sales. And the hotels that they want you to represent, the La Bahia Hotel and Spa in Santa Cruz, the Venters Resort in Santa Rosa, and the Bernardus, spell out Bernard and put U.S., Bernardus, Lodge and Spa in Carmel Valley. Okay, so those are the three hotels. Is that three hotels? One, La Bahia, three hotels that they want you to represent. But I think that's a good position, right? Ensemble Hospitality. This position is on, I want to say it's on Indeed, Indeed.com. So yeah, Ensemble Hospitality is based out of Long Beach, but I would say it's probably a remote position. I would say that. Corporate Director of Luxury Leisure Sales. And the hotels you would be representing, La Bahia Hotel and, why can I speak? La Bahia Hotel and Spa in Santa Cruz, Venters Resort in Santa Rosa, and Bernardus Lodge and Spa in Carmel Valley. So there you go. And then the Residence Inn LAX, El Segundo, they're looking for a director of sales. So there you go. That's it. So those are all on Indeed. Check them out. So Indeed.com, hcareers.com, and searchwide.com. Those are the sites that hotel or DMO people use when they're looking for a job, okay? Or, word of mouth, LinkedIn has things on there as well. So, but yeah. So if you're going to separate sites outside of LinkedIn, those are the three that people use. So just so you know. And Searchwide is kind of specifically for DMOs and CVBs. You'll get a lot of those jobs on there. You'll see, jobs from all over the United States. Once again, this show On Air with Russell of Hotels is every Tuesday at 1 o'clock, just like today, right? And we're almost done, right? So once again, just remember, don't forget, every Tuesday at 1 o'clock, I'm going to be on. If I'm traveling, I'll let you know that maybe the show's going to be earlier or later, or maybe the next day, just depending on where I am and what's going on. But there will be a show sometime. It could be late, it can be early. There will be a show. So, but I'll keep you posted. Sometimes, things do come up where I'm like, what, I got to push this over to the next day. And that's happened before, okay? But just make sure every Tuesday at 1 o'clock PST On Air with Russell of Hotels. If you don't catch me on that, I do a daily check-in called Daily Check-In with Russell of Hotels. That's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, the time normally is between 12 noon and about 4 o'clock. I don't give a specific time on that, but just know I'm going to do it. So you get 5 days of me. 5 day, whoop, whoop, raise the roof. So this is the Hilton Culver City / LA. They always, I guess the official name is Culver City, Los Angeles, whatever. But it's in Culver City. It's right on the corner of, and it's been redone, right? Brand new hotel. Maybe 2 years since they finished their renovation, major renovation. It's on the corner of Centinela and Sepulveda. So if I had an option, people always ask me. In fact, someone just asked me the other day. I get a lot of phone calls or emails asking me, hey, I'm coming to LA. I don't want to be at LAX, but I don't want to be too far from LAX. Where would you stay? Hilton Culver City, because it's right on the same street of LAX, but it's further away from the airport. It's not in the flight path. You're not going to get any of that traffic from the airport area. And then there's shopping within walking distance, shopping in restaurants within walking distance of the Hilton Culver City. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why I love some of the hotels at LAX, but because they don't have any walking areas or any shopping areas or any restaurants outside of hotel restaurants, because everybody wants to, you got to eat breakfast at the hotel, but you got to go somewhere else for dinner and lunch. Okay, I'm just saying, in this hotel, you can walk across the street. There's a mall. There's a plethora of restaurants around. So there you go. There you go. See, I'm trying to give some information. I'm trying to give some good stuff out there. Some good stuff. So yeah, consistency. I always talk about consistency. And when you're dealing with a brand and doing the personal brand or your company or your job looks for you to be consistent, right? For whatever that is, you have to be consistent. Just like when I say that I'm here 5 days a week, well, I'm here 5 days a week. And that's all about consistency. Because if I wasn't, I couldn't say that. I wouldn't be comfortable saying, oh yeah, I'm here 5 days a week. And then, somebody calls me on it like, hey, you didn't do something 5 days a week. Because believe me, people will, right? People will ask me like, hey, did you do your thing today? I'm like, yeah, I did it. I did it, the daily check-in. I did it earlier. Oh, okay. And I said it, but it's there. It's on, whatever, LinkedIn and YouTube, right? So they may not see it live, but it's there. I do it and I post it and I keep it moving, right? I never take these things off. I never delete them like, oh my God, I'm going to take that off. No, if I do it, it's there to stay, right? So if I say that I'm going to talk about hotels or I'm going to showcase your hotel on my show, on one of these shows, if I tell you specifically it's going to be on Thursday, well, damn it, it's going to be on Thursday, okay? And it's going to be there forever. So if my partner is the AC Hotel in Greenville, South Carolina, say, oh, I'm going to show your thing on Tuesdays on Air with Russell of Hotels. Well, dang it, I got to show it. So here you are. This is it. So when I put that thing up that says consistency, that's one thing. At building your brand, you have to be consistent. So if you're saying you're going to do it, you have to do it. If you say you're going to show up to work at 7 o'clock, you have to do it. You can't come in at 7:30. Okay, that's not consistency. That's late. You're late and you're tardy. Okay, you're going to get written up. But if you're consistently showing up, consistently posting, or whatever you need to do, whatever your job entails, then that's where you become successful. Okay, but you have to do that, right? So whatever you tell people you're going to do, just make sure you follow up and do it. So one thing I can say, I've done 270. This is my 279th episode, okay, of On Air with Russell of Hotels. I started this back in 2019. 2019? Yeah, January 2019. The only time I took off, because I was traveling. I took off maybe 3 weeks. So it was like 3 weeks that I didn't do it. 3 Tuesdays I didn't do it. But since then, I've done it consistently. Consistently since, I want to say that was May 2019. Okay. So since May 2019, I've been consistent. Every week I do it. If it wasn't on Tuesday, I did it on Wednesday. Or I did it on Monday, the day before. So I'm going to be here. Consistency. So when I say, hey, let's partner together, let's get your hotel out there. Let's do some brand awareness, things like that. You can come on my show. You can do this. We can do logo placement, all that kind of stuff. If I say that I'm going to be consistent and you're going to get 5 days a week of me, you're going to get 5 days a week of me. So that's why I put the consistent thing up there. That's why I showed hotels. And these are all the hotels. And it's not every hotel I've been to this year, but most of these, like Greenville was in the first quarter of this year. So, but all these hotels were from this year. Okay. So, and I'll continue until the end of the year showcasing. Maybe I'll show, bedrooms next week or whatever. But these just happen to be lobby or hanging out spaces or whatever, reception spaces or whatever. In fact, I'm not even sure what this is. This is on the top floor though. This is like a reception area that they had off of a meeting room, I believe. So, but it overlooks the city, overlooks downtown Greenville. So have you ever been to Greenville, South Carolina? Greenville, South Carolina is actually a good destination. It's one of those third and fourth tier destinations that people need to take a look at because they have more, their convention center. I'll just throw it out there right now. Their convention center has like 1.4 million square feet of space. Their convention center, Greenville, South Carolina. I don't think Greenville, South Carolina has more than 80,000 people, but they have a need for that, right? It's very walkable. It's a cool spot. It's a cool destination. So people need to start looking at these third and fourth tier city destinations. And the heck with some of these that are hard to get into, the popular ones like, the New Yorks, the New Orleans, the Vegases, the LAs, all those. Those destinations are going to be moving forward into the several next years. They're going to be in constant fights to get business. I'm telling you, if they're not in fights now, they're going to be in fights because destinations like this, they're not playing. They're not playing. They're taking no prisoners. They're kicking ass and taking names. So, but no, shout out to Greenville, South Carolina. They did a great when we were there for a show. It was great. The city shows very well. Airport is easy to get in and out. I think I had maybe 2 flights, like from here to maybe Denver, then from Denver to Greenville. Something. No, it flew into Atlanta. So like Delta from here to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta to Greenville. So it wasn't a long trip at all. It was easy to get to, and I think you can get there in 2 stops from any destination in the United States. I'm pretty sure of that. So there you go. That is it. I'm done. I don't know why I started going off on Greenville, South Carolina, but hey, that was a good thing, right? So if you interested, check out Greenville, South Carolina. Tell them Russell of Hotels sent you. So anyway, any questions, email me, russell@russellofhotels.com, or go to my website, russellofhotels.com. My phone number is there. If you want to reach me via phone, you can do that. I'm accessible. However you want to communicate with me, I'm here to receive that. So boom, that's it. So until next week, you guys have a great day. And as always, hold on. I got to take you out here. You guys have a great day. Bye.
Thank you for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels. Please tune in every Tuesday at 1 p.m. as we talk to other hospitality professionals. Your feedback is important to Russell. Feel free to email him at russell@russellofhotels.com with any questions or suggestions. Until next time, try not to be a person of success, rather become a person of great